Hi everybody. I don't really do a lot of how-to videos or any how-to videos, but this is something I thought was kind of interesting, maybe could be useful to have a video about. I'm not sure of the technical name for it. It's not exactly reload canceling, but maybe covering up the reload animation on a gun. Something I'd read about, and so in theory I knew the theory, but until I sit down and do it or maybe see someone do it, it's not really doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, so I'll just try to demonstrate. So right now I'm using the non-charge up Acolyte. This has 3 shots, and I've got the Geth Trooper and he's got his Claymore. So if I shoot a couple of the shots off here, so I got 1 shot left, so I shoot the last shot and start the Flamer up. Now while I'm flamering, my gun has reloaded. It's covered up the reloading animation, and it's a pretty cool trick. I mean, again, it's something I'd heard people talk about, and I just didn't really process it. So here, I'm going to try to do this again. And it worked. So this is a pretty neat trick. You can do it with some other guns. So I'm going to try to demonstrate it with some other characters and guns as well here. Okay, here I'm trying with the Turian Havoc, and he's got the Claymore. So, shoot! Oh, that guy disappeared. Of course, the Claymore is a one-shot shotgun. You can Havoc strike while you're reloading it to cover the reload animation. Also, I am on the PC. I forgot to mention that. I think this would also apply on consoles. I'm not sure though. I don't have a console to test it on. Let me see if I can demonstrate again. So, where's everything? So shoot, Havoc strike, guns reloaded. Pretty handy when it's the Claymore, that's for sure. You know, if you also know reload canceling, that's a slightly different thing. There's lots of, I think, videos about that, tutorials on that, so. That is the Claymore example. Okay, here we're using the Batarian Soldier with the Wraith and his ballistic blades. And I think the idea here, oops, 2 shots, is not really that you're skipping the reload or making it any faster or anything, but you are skipping the animation and you get to use a power. So it's just more efficient killing, you know. So it's probably going to work best with shotguns, things like that, with longer reloads. And I am still getting my timing down on this stuff, but I find I have to wait just a little pause after the last shot before I press the power button. If I do it too fast, it doesn't trigger. If you do it too slow, you don't want the reload animation to start on the gun, because then it won't work. But with some practice, you know, I think it'll come a lot easier, just like with reload canceling. Okay, here we have a Solarian Infiltrator with that Mantis. So he has Proxy Mine and Energy Drain. So we can do a shoot, Proxy Mine, reloaded. Shoot. Last guy, but it reloaded. Okay, and here's an example using the Falcon assault rifle, and this is the bolus Vanguard. I guess this would work with any Vanguard, yeah, biotic charge, assuming. So I'm gonna shoot the last shot in my clip. I can find something to shoot, and then I'm gonna charge. My gun should reload while I'm charging. Yep.
Stop it!
There we go. Concept goes pretty
Contract
well.
fulfilled.
So again, that should probably work on any Vanguard really using the charge to cover the reloading mission.
Roger that.
So I hope that this has been helpful, and thank you for watching, and please like or subscribe, and also check out our multiplayer 80s Green team. We have a Facebook page, the link should be in the description. Thank you for watching.